that keeps you out of a begging position and lets
Yes.
them know that you're looking for serious people.
Yes,
Um,
that's true.
there's a saying that our teacher hates that somebody used to say it to her all the time, but man or woman convinced against their will is of the same opinion still, you know. So you don't want to have to convince anybody to join your organization where you can show them how to make a six-figure plus income over the next 12 to 24 months. I mean, that's like insanity, you know. So like I have to beg somebody to want to make more money. So you're doing all the right things. You just have to again continue to fill your pipeline, talk to a lot of people, attract a lot of people. Um, so any questions though? Anybody? Any questions before we get started? Uh,
Well,
mhm.
I was going to ask, since that gentleman, he seemed like you said, he probably wasn't, but he seemed like he was really interested, and I did what I was supposed to do.
Mhm.
That last video, one of those last videos that you showed us on in the um in the class, or in the I forgot what the thread, I guess we'd call that, with everybody doing their little testimonies. I was thinking, and that's all I was doing, thinking I would not do it without finding out if it was okay. With the little, with most of it was gentlemen saying their little testimonies about my econ. I was thinking about sending something over like that, but if you say no, then I won't.
Well, first and foremost, I appreciate that, but it's your business, and you do whatever you feel you need to do. I can share with you what I would suggest, but
Okay.
it's your business. But again, there's nothing that you can say to that person that will get them moving. It's a close my Facebook real quick. It's more of a. I mean, to me, this is my my viewpoint, but it's more of a. I'm just looking for people that are looking for me. I'm looking for people that are sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm looking for people that say, I got to do something different. I want more out of life, and I'm willing to take a shot to look at something that can allow me to get there. My mentor, Claude Diamond, used to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, if I had a toothache and I know I need a root canal and I cannot sleep at night, I'm going to find me a dentist that night that's going to pull this tooth for me, or be able to give me a root canal, because the pain is unbearable. And then when I call that dentist up and he says, on a scale of 1 to 10, where your pain at? And I say, I'm a 12, man. I got to get this done. I can't sleep at night. This is da 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 da. He goes, say, it's $900. I'm gonna say, I don't care what it costs. I need to get to see you. He'd be like, I see you in 20 minutes, you know. So my payment, but if he says it's $900 and I say, well, if I do it tonight, it's $900. If you see me tomorrow, then it'd be $250, the regular price or whatever. And I said, well, I just see you tomorrow. You know, I ain't about to pay no $900. So it just depends on where my pain level is at. So you're looking for people that's a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 as far as their financial situation, and they want to make a change. Most people are comfortable, and that's what makes this an opportunity, because you have over 120 million to choose,
True.
120 million people to choose from, who in America alone had their W-4 filled out wrong. So,
Right.
um, and I was telling somebody today, you know, it's just the fact of us getting better, because you know this is us. We're going up this mountain. This is them. They're going up their mountain. So they have their objections. We have our ability to handle those objections. So the better that we get and reach that peak, the better we'll be able to handle their peak objections, and we'll start seeing more results. So that's why I constantly reiterate: practice, drilling, and rehearsing, and getting better at your craft. You know, getting better at what it is that you do. Excuse me, because you're able to handle that. But again, it's still, no matter how great you are, uh, people are going to be people, and it's just that factor. So, what you lack in numbers, what you lack in skill, you make up in numbers. So
Okay.
until you continue to develop that skill, you just keep hitting the numbers. But as your skill levels goes up, the numbers go down. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, no, but keep plugging away, and don't get hung up on one person. Just know in your mind, even though they might say, I like what I see. Sounds great. Send me the presentation. Send them the presentation. We schedule follow-up. They send me their phone number. They'll still disappear at the follow-up. And then you're like, what did I do wrong? No, it's not you. It's that they didn't make it through my system. So I got this big old whiteboard sitting right here. You know, I keep it here. So if I get in a funk, I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to erase the top half. I'm going to put prospect. I got the sheet of paper my wife typed up. I'll put it in the group for everybody to use as well. Prospect, peek and pass, presentation, yes or no. You know, or did they sign up? If you just focus on the system, the numbers can't beat you and you can't beat the numbers. So just work the numbers. Don't worry about what the people going to do because there's a sea of people out there. And you just keep plugging away.
Okay, and I don't know if somebody else have a question, but I have one more question, Andre. Now, for the WUFU form, like when you want to go back, now you get so many calls and all that, well, not calls, you get so many texts. How in the world do you pull up dig into, you got to go through hundreds and hundreds of texts that you receive before you can get to that WUFU, unless I was supposed to delete mine, and I guess I haven't. But to get to that WUFU form, like when they responded and all that stuff, because it's been a while since somebody filled mine out. How do you get to yours? What do you do or you just go through everything and pull it out just to go back through it to talk to those people?
You mean where do I go and find those leads of people who filled out my form in the past?
Yes, in the past, yes.
You just go to wufu.com and log in. You know how to do that?
Oh, yeah, okay, do it that way. Okay, I was thinking about going through my phone, but you're 100% right, yes.
Or that's another way. You go, if it's attached to your email like it should be, you can just go on your email and do that. I'm not that computer savvy. My wife created a folder where but the best thing for you to do, because if you haven't done that, the best thing for you to do is to go to your WUFU account. You know how to do that? I'm going to show you real quick.
Go ahead, sure.
Okay. Welcome to the call, everybody. We're just answering a couple questions. I'd like to answer a couple questions right up front to get to the nitty gritty of how we can help people to move forward in their business before we jump into tonight's training. So I go to WUFU. I mean, can y'all see my screen? I'm not sharing my screen.
No, we're looking at you.
Okay, let me see. Let me see. I'm sorry about that. Let's share screen. Share. Here we go. WUFU's down here. Perfect. All right. So you go to your WUFU page, hit login. So logging in. Okay. So here's my right here. So you go to forms right there, and it bring up this page right here, just tell you how many entries and stuff. Then you go to entries right here.
Okay.
Okay. All entries. Just hit all entries, and then they pull up right there.
Yes, sir.
And then you click on each specific one, and then it'll pull up all their information right there, what they said. And then I hit print. I print them out. If you have a printer, I print them out, and then I keep stacks of them. And, I just print them out and have them. I'll put them in a binder, or what have you, however you want to do it. But yeah, just go back through them and just say, hey, this is Ms. Bernetta. You filled out my form a while back. I always say we didn't get a chance to fully connect last time, and just reaching out to you to find out if you still keep your options open for additional income or even a possible career change if the money was right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure. That line is pretty good too. I just started using that in a lot of my text messages to my leads. I got that from a $1 million earner out of, where is he at? Where's Shane Rubin at? I forgot where he's at. But anyway, one of the things that he used to say is, do you keep your options open for earning additional income or possible career change if the money was right? The reason why I say that is because not everybody's open to a possible earning additional income because they see it as one of those, oh, this is a thing, somebody trying to get me in a thing. But if you say, do you keep your options open for possible career change if the money was right, then it's like, antennas go up. But what can you offer me? What we talking here? Because most people have a job mindset. They're thinking job. So if they're thinking, again, you just want to get them to respond, and then you can take them from there. But it intrigues them a little bit more to say, if the money was right, possible career change if the money was right, you just got to be ready to handle that call when you get on the phone with them. Okay. Also, tonight we're talking about building. Since I ended up canceling training for last week. Not sure what happened. Something came up, so I do apologize about that. But now I had a point I was going to say. I got to start writing this stuff down. But moving on, I'll remember it to come back to me in a second. But I see Miss Erica is on the line. She had a chance to meet Mr. Ivy Stokes, who was in Indianapolis this past week. So I'd like to give her an opportunity to share if she would like to, if she was able to gather some nuggets from the wise Mr. Stokes. Feel free to share, Miss Erica, if you can.
Hi, everybody. I did finally got to meet Mr. Ivy Stokes, and it was absolutely wonderful. Of course, there was a lot of information he provided. Anything specific, I really can't, I don't know. I don't know if I was still like in awe, whatever, but he talked about, he reinforced things that we already know, but it just, I guess it was hearing it from a different perspective made it sink in a little bit better. He compared when Andre always talk about we need to think of ourselves as distribution centers. Mr. Stokes compared it to inheriting a football team or inheriting a restaurant. If you don't know how to run a restaurant, you go hire. And this was about investing. If you don't know how to do it, run a restaurant, you go hire a general manager and you allow that general manager, because they're the expert, to do that. He also talked about prospecting, and he said a lot of things that we do is spend too much time on X's and not enough time on O's because we don't like to hear no. So when we do get a lead or a prospect, we spend so much time trying to convince that person to join when we're missing the opportunities to be talking to more and more people.
Right.
And it was just like reinforcing the things that we learn on training every week, but hearing it from somebody different and in a different atmosphere. Right. And then it is true, being in the room with the founder of the company and hearing his story and how he did it, it's a different energy. So it makes you really things, you hear it before. And I believe you, Andre, when you said before, you have to hear something 7 times before it really sticks with you.
Right.
I believe it, because when I'm listening to stuff, I'm like, oh, that's what Andre talking about. Oh, that's what Andre meant when he said that. But I heard it in a different way, which cleared some things up. And it helped me, listening to him, helped me see it because I've always been, and I still am, having difficulty going from the income shifting focus to the business building focus.
Right.
And I think listening to Mr. Stokes and John Pettiford L. and some of the other people that presented, I was starting to see the shift between the two. It's still connected, but seeing how if you focus on the business building of it, the rest of it will come.
Right.
The income shifting part will come.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. All right. Appreciate that. Good stuff. Thank you. So that's what we're talking about tonight as well, is buildings. Anybody else have anything they want to share? Any nuggets? You had opportunity to go to any cash flow conferences or meet Mr. Stokes or Mr. Curry or any of the leaders in the company, feel free to take a moment and share. Appreciate you. All right. I hear some rustling.
You hear me? I went to a
Yes.
local last week,
Okay.
and it was with what's his name, La Capra.
Okay.
Yeah, and he, as always, he always tell us about his humble beginnings and how he
Yeah.
was the very first person that was recruited, okay, by
Okay.
Mr. Stokes, and he gave away some very, very important ways of how he does things when he goes to prospect, and that was one of the areas that we talked about was prospecting, and see what else did we talk about? But just important things that he shares with local groups, and that was my second or third time coming to a local, so I thought that was really important because I need to learn how to support the local groups, and even though it's not right in my area, it was close enough that I could do it once a month.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right. So you hear the common denominator here is prospecting. So I was letting somebody know the other day that we have two businesses that we're working here. And number one business is you have a prospecting business. You need a lead generation business going on. And then you have the building of the business. So you need customers coming in your door so that you can build the thing. This business is two things. You know, you got to have somebody to talk to, and you got to know what to say to them once you have that person to talk to. So that's what these trainings are all about, making sure that you have somebody to talk to, and when they do come, you know what to say to them. Questions are the answers. Keep that in mind. Questions are the answers. So you want to get great at asking questions. I teach that to my children now. When they come to me, they say, "Dad, I want that. I want this." I say, that don't mean anything to me. Ask a question, and so you can get a response. Dad, can I have that? Absolutely. So teaching them now to be great at asking questions, because that is your answer. Anytime somebody's saying something to you, you're prospecting somebody, you're talking to them, getting to know them a little better, ask them a question. What kind of work you do? How long you been doing that? Really? So tell me a little bit more about that. How does that work? They're going to tell you everything that you need to know to peek and pass them. I like it. It's not bad. So they're paying you all the money you want to make? Heck no, I can make that time. I wish I could make more money. Yeah, they pay me good, but I just don't have the time. Talking to a lady the other day, she said that if I make good money, but I'm always living in hotels and traveling so much. Boom, time is the factor, right? So if you had an opportunity where you can make that same amount of money and have more time, that would be an ideal situation for you, wouldn't it? Hey, yeah, great. Like to share something with you. Don't know if it's for you or not. Take it away. Don't know if it's for you or not, but hey, take a look at it. If you like what you see, great. If you don't, tell me no big deal. We'll part as friends. Okay. So keep it simple. Ask a lot of questions. Get to know people. Genuine questions, and then pop the little question and let them know, hey, I got something for you. You want to take a look at it? I'm in the process of expanding my business in the area. I'm looking for some sharp people like yourself. You're out and about. You meet somebody. You don't have to prospect them right then and there. Hey, you got a business card? I'd like to follow up with you. Run some money ideas by you. I'm not that upfront face-to-face prospector like my wife is. She's great at talking to people face-to-face. Me, I'm going to get your business card. I'm going to peep you out. I'm going to see you talking. I'm going to call you back. I'm going to do something like that. I'm going to come around the back end and say, hey, get you on the phone. I was at the store the other day. I saw you, how you operate. You're very professional. I didn't want to talk to you at that point in time because you were working, whatever excuse work. But I got a quick question for you. Do you at all keep your options open for earning additional income outside of what you're currently doing, or even a possible career change if the money was right? Yeah, what's it all about? Great. I don't want to take up too much of your time. How about I send you over a quick video if you don't mind? If you got a number I can text it to or an email address, I'll send you over a quick 5-minute video, follow back up with you, see if it's something that you like. If you like what you see, great. If you don't, can you tell me no? I won't be offended. Yeah, I can tell you, no big deal. Okay, great. Well, I'll get that over to you. I'll follow back up with you. And how soon can you take a look at that? And you go right into the system. Okay, so we want to be great at prospecting. One of the things that I've started doing is still reaching out to my leads, still reaching out to Facebook people. But my last few signups and my few follow-ups have come from my Woofu leads. So one of the things that I was told by a top sales trainer is never forget the girl that brought you to the dance. So I have over, as you saw just now, I have over 3,600 leads that came through my Woofu account. So I'm gonna make sure I'm getting the motor running on that a little bit more. So you might see more of my videos popping out. I got a little. I'll give you the. Let me pull it up so you can see real quick before we start talking about building. And feel free to jump in if you got any questions, guys. Just want to see how I can help as much as possible here. Let me see. Okay, so I think I closed my Facebook. That face. Okay. So I have this little app that's on my phone called InShot. And let's see here. InShot, what it allows me to do, it allows me to post my videos, but it allows me to put a little bit of writing on it right here. So I'm able to put some writing on the top of it right now, and I do it on my phone. So it allows people when they're scrolling that they'll stop and they'll at least read this versus me just putting the video and having a title there. So it's catching a little bit of attention, and I'm getting a lot more traction on my videos. Now, again, if you're going to decide to build your business via social media, you got to get involved with social media. Okay, so I'm learning how to get better at that. You can't just say I'm building on social media, but nobody knows who you are. You know, that's not social media. So you got to get yourself out there. You got to start. You know, so you see all these videos I'm putting out. My goal is to put out one a day, at least. Amongst my other posts. So. Dropping a picture every now and then. InShot allows me to do the same thing here. Picture of my daughter there. But I'm reading. I got a stack of books out of my library, and I'm reading, getting new content each day to post. So just keep attracting people. It's attracting. They will fill out your form, and my best leads, my best signups have come from people who filled out my form. So. Go back to the lady that brought you to the dance and get great at that. All right. Any questions on the Woofu forums or talking to the leads or anything like that? All right. You got to choose you about three or four different things or two or things that you're going to do regarding marketing. You want to learn how to be great at being consistent. Okay, you don't want to be flip-flopping a lot, doing this here one day and you're doing that the next and doing this the next. You got to try to stay with something for at least 90 days. That's the key to anything that's successful. That's why most people don't reach success, because they don't have that consistency in their life. It's been a huge struggle for me all my life. It's okay, but I'm learning. I'm getting a lot better at being consistent, because that's where the success comes from. You gotta grab a hold of consistency. All right. Any questions, comments, or concerns or suggestions on that?
Yes, Andre. You said InShot. Is that InShot? Is what you're saying?
Yes, InShot. It's an app that I found on my phone. I'll drop a picture of it in the group. I'll screenshot it and drop it in the group if anybody want to utilize it. Appreciate everybody being on training, though. I want to say that because you could be somewhere else. You could be doing something else. So I appreciate you being on. So I want to make sure that we give you something strong that you can utilize each time. Okay, so yes, so I'll drop a screenshot of that in the group so that you can see how that, so you can see if you can utilize that. But it's pretty easy to use. Just mess around with it a little bit. Cool, but the main thing is content. You want to have good content, and one of the things that I've been doing is I listen to a lot of audios. I go on SoundCloud. I have books through Kindle or through PDF Drive. They get thousands of free books on there. And is anybody familiar with PDF Drive? Nobody? All right, let me show y'all real quick.
Yes, sir.
You familiar with it?
I think I have. That's the where you like it's different words, or it's like a word application or something like that.
No, PDF Drive is a website. It's a book website. Okay.
Okay.
A lot of times people have people have money and they feel if I have some cash I can throw it at my business and pop, things will start working. Well, I don't want that to be any hang up for anybody. That's not always the case. But I try to do things that's we're in an information age. Everything is free for the most part. There's no excuse for us not having success. So I found this web page that's called PDF Drive, and you can go, and I'll just do this for example. Robert Kiyosaki, okay? How you spell Kiyosaki? K-I-Y. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry. Okay. So let's say I pull up Robert Kiyosaki, right? Now, boom, look at this. The Real Book of Real Estate, Guide to Financial Freedom, The Business School, Rich Dad Poor Dad for Teens, Secrets of Money, Cash Flow Quadrant. All these books right here, you hit, you don't even got to buy them. I'm going to save you some money. Just hit download, boom. It's a PDF. Save it to your computer. Go back, take 15 minutes a day, read in the book, and create content around it. Do a video around it. Post it on your page, do a little InShot, do a little thing, post it on your page. Each day, do a video, post it. The book is free. It's free. They're free. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, all these books. And you learn at the same time. So don't think, oh, I can do it just to get leads. No, do it to learn because you're increasing your value when you're dealing with people, okay? So and there's tons of books. You just type in financial, NANCIAL, freedom. You got to be different. One of the things that I share with my wife that I got from somebody, they said, while everybody's zigging, you zag. Okay, while everybody's doing something over here, you go do something different, to attract people. So look at this, book on passive income, Rich Dad's Cash Flow Quadrant, Trade Your Way to Financial Freedom. This is what we're talking about, financial freedom. So everybody, the way I see it, different authors are talking about the same things, but they have different perspectives on it. Master the Money Game. Here's another example. I'm going to tell y'all a secret because most people ain't going to do it anyway. All right. Not being negative. I'm just saying. All right. Here's another one. Alvin currytraining.weebly.com. Let's talk about generating leads real quick because we got to have people to see. Look at this. Correct tax withholding. Cash flow strategies. Okay. Income for life. 6 steps to goal setting. Rank up the bank of closing the deal. Okay. We don't want to use that one. So we can use thus far correct tax withholding. Let's keep that one in mind. Income for life. Let's keep that one in mind. Products and services possibly. I'm gonna tell you where I'm going in a second. None of these. I don't want none of these. Okay. Big one right here. Ding, 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 ding. Personal cash flow plan. Debt elimination. Minimize taxes. Build better credit. Where am I going with this? Value. You got a millionaire teaching these courses right here. Value, value, value. Listen to this. It's probably an hour long. you'll get 5 to 10 tips that you can create 2 to 3 minute videos teaching exactly what he's teaching. Minimize taxes. I know that's full of content. Get on the video, create a little InShot, get you a YouTube page and Facebook. Those are your 2 mediums of outlets that you're using. Start sharing a 5-minute video, and then at the end of the video say, hey, if you want more information, you like what you hear, click on the link above, let's connect, we'll get more information into your hands. We're in the process of expanding my operation. Boom. That's it. And not only that, but they'll say quotes, they'll say things that you can share on Facebook. You gotta attract people. It makes it so much easier. These people are looking, they want to learn more. Debt elimination, he's teaching on that. Personal cash flow plan. Most people don't even know what this is. This is my favorite part of my econ right here. It's a step-by-step, 7 steps to what you should do to build wealth starting from where you are at. Talking about investing, talking about getting out of debt, talking about buying a house, talking about minimizing taxes. It's a step-by-step. You're not supposed to go to step 2. Just talk about setting up your emergency fund, all that stuff, okay? Good content that's not being put out into the marketplace in short little bites, okay? And then again, income for life. What does that mean? That's residual income, probably. I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. Correct tax withholding. Watch that. It's probably a 40-minute training because his trainings are normally like 40 minutes long. Listen to it. He's going to share some little bitty tips. You share those tips without giving away the whole enchilada, and people will be attracted to you. They want to know more. Just give them the sizzle, not the entire steak. All right? Those are some tips. I mean, people want value. Every time I get on the phone with a WooFoo lead, actually my Brandon Gates, remember Melissa Gates, had just signed up. I always, here's another thing, write this down. Always test your marketing. If somebody fills out your WooFoo form, if somebody fill out or get in contact with you, ask them, what made you contact me? What made you get in contact with me? Appreciate that, Kenneth. What made you get in contact with me? And Brandon said, I watched your video on the W4. I watched it, not the W4, but the cycle of brokenness. He says, I love that. That was awesome. He said, I shared it with all my friends, and I went on and filled out the form. You know, the last person, the one I got to follow up with a young lady tomorrow. She says, I said, what made you fill out my form? She said, you had a video on your page with a little girl and a little boy at a board talking about cash, asset, cash. I said, that was my son and my daughter. She said, I loved it. Filled out my form. So it works. I'm just sharing value. Everybody on this call that's been around a while, you know cash, asset, cash. I have my daughter point cash, asset, cash. Take some cash, get an asset, put in more cash, and she said, put it into an asset again. My son said, cash, asset, cash. And I put some titles over it, put it out there, and a lead came in. Okay, and I got 2 more leads just the other day I need to contact. So there's another one. I'm just kidding. But but it works. I'm just saying, you that's your other business. It's your prospecting business. And notice I didn't say you got to pay to set up any website. I didn't say you got to pay to get any content. I didn't say you got to pay to get the WooFoo. You don't have to pay for none. This is free, free marketing for yourself. All right. Any questions on that? All right. Anybody out there, just tell me hello so I know somebody out there and put y'all to sleep.
No, we're enjoying.
All right, cool. All right, let's talk about building real quick tonight. I want to chat about building, which is my favorite subject. Need you to let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Tell me what you see there.
Game plan.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm gonna try to knock this out. I only got like 15, 20 minutes. So I want to go over this again because I want you to really get this down, and then I'm gonna back it up with the company, so that you know that this ain't just me. I'm gonna back it up with the company that with my econ, showing you that they want us to do the exact same thing that I'm just now getting ready to share with you. That most people don't even have a clue that it's even available to do. Now, So I'm gonna go over this probably every time we talk about building, because I want you to stamp this in your brain when it comes to building. As you're building your business, I want you to think about this at all times. And if you're having a hard time transitioning from being a great at the products versus building distribution, this will change your mind. Okay, so if you write this down, the goal of building is distribution. Okay, so I got on my wall up here: recruits plus distribution equal promotions. All right, the goal is distribution. The goal is promotions. And the goal is to build a strong residual income so that you can be free. You shouldn't be building this business no more than 12 to 24 months. I mean, you can build as long as you want to. We want to build it. Our goal is huge, 200,000 a month. So it's going to take a little bit longer. But you should be out of the field in 12 to 24 months. Okay, unless you just want to stay. But you should have an income, a residual income, that can allow you to walk away and go drink out of the coconut, like we always say. Okay, so that's the goal of this, to build you a distribution team. Now, second thing is you want to become, you want to build double-digit recruiting team. This is what the point I'm trying to say. You want to build a business, you got to write this down, that consistently builds and recruit, that consistently sells and recruits without you being there. Okay, that's what this game plan is about. It's about you building a system that consistently sells, because nothing happens if you don't sell. Sell and recruiting and selling never stops. I'll put it that way. This is a system whereby recruiting and selling never stops. So you're going to build a money machine. So that's all I'm always thinking. I'm building a money machine that works so that I don't have to. Okay, that's the mindset. I love building. If you didn't see that I'm excited. All right, so here we go. The game plan is to become a double-digit recruiter yourself, and then build double-digit recruiting teams. A double-digit recruiter does 15 recruits or more in a month. Okay, not personally, but you and your team. So right now, personally, I'm working with Mr. Brandon. I'm working with Mr. Stevie. I'm working with Candace. I'm working with Mr. Netta. I'm working with, and these are people that are direct to me right now, direct to me. Miss Erica, I think Miss Erica Miss Erica, you ain't direct to me. But anyway, I'm just talking about people that are direct to me, but you know.
I am, Andre.
You are?
I am.
Okay. But so what you want to do, and just for example purposes, so you want to get your core group of team that you're working with. So you got 3 to 5 people that you're working with, and you want to help them to get 3 to 5. That's 15. So now you're becoming a double-digit recruiter. Me and my wife are currently working on our team jerseys. Okay, we're gonna get team jerseys, and on the back you're gonna put your last name. As you become a double-digit recruiter, the first time you hit 15 in a month, we're gonna reward you with that jersey. We want to create a culture of double-digit recruiting. So we want you to wear that jersey on training, so all the teammates can say, "Man, I gotta get my jersey." Now, when you double-digit recruit for that month, you and your team, then you want to wear that jersey that following month. Now, the month that you don't double digit, you can't wear the jersey on training. Okay, so that's the game that we're going to play. So if I didn't hit my 15 for this month with the core group that I'm working with, then I don't get to don that jersey. So everybody gets to see who's playing and who ain't playing. When we go to events like Game Changer, when we go to events like the convention, all team captains, which is what it's called, team captains, double-digit recruiters, will don that jersey so that everybody can see how we play in this game with our name on the back. All right, so that's the culture that we're creating here. All right, so here's how it looks. So here's the game plan that we have in place right now. Um, and this game plan is going to show you how over the 12 to 24 months, you can put yourself in position to make 6 figures in my econ. All right. Let me look at my time. All right, here we go. All right, my thing is buffering real quick. So we're going to do this in 4-month increments. All right. 4-month increments. And you can adjust the dates anytime, any way you want to. If you want to say, September, October, November, December, or December, January, February, March, whenever you're ready to get started, you want to make that adjustment. All right. Let me try that again. Let me refresh that. Sorry about that. Okay, so you want to do it in 4-month increments. Come on, pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up. All right, there we go. I want you to get this down, because what I'm gonna do is to make sure that you get it down. The next time we do building, I'll have somebody else teach this, because you want to get this down. This is it. We're gonna run with this for the next few years till we get our team into the tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands. So we're gonna continue to run this game plan so that you have it down. This is a system whereby recruiting and selling never stops. It's beautiful. Watch this. So August, September, October, and November, which is 4 months. Your focus is to build 3 double-digit recruiting teams. Okay, let me just do it like this real quick. All right. So as you can see, October, November, December, you want to get 3 double-digit recruiting teams. So that means you personally want to take your core group, especially if you're EVP Gold. You should have about 3 or 4 people that you're working with, and you all go out and do 15 that month. Okay, you go do 15 that month. That's 1 double-digit recruiting team. Then somebody in that group, that core group, is going to catch on and start building and do 15 with their core group of teammates, and they'll become a 2nd double-digit recruiting team. And then somebody else in that core group will do 15. So now you have 3 double-digit recruiting teams. So you want to focus on that over the next 4 months. Now, if you don't do it in October, August, September, October, November, just push it down and do it in December, February, April, and March. Wait a minute. December, February, what the heck? December, January. Okay, I'll skip January. I'm sorry. So January, February, and March. So you just want to knock it down and just do it in the next 4 months. Keep resetting your goals until you hit it. Okay? It's not that you're bad. It's not that you're sorry. It's not that you're not good. It's not for me. I'm not good. All that, and that's garbage. It doesn't matter. You keep what I posted on somebody's page today. Galatians 6:9 says, "Do not grow weary in well doing, for you shall reap if you faint not." Okay? Don't faint. Just keep plugging away. Keep plugging away. You can do this business. Trust me. You can do this business. If you focus, be consistent, and continue to believe, you can do it. Trust me. 4 months is more than enough time. That's why I made it. I made it to the ridiculous. Okay? So that's what I'm working on right now. 3 double-digit recruiting teams. You got some momentum going. I want to give congratulations to Brandon and his wife Melissa. They just got started. They scheduled 4 peek and passes today. We did 3 out of the 4. They have 3 follow-ups set up, so they're on pace. This is what you want to do. That's how you want to do it. Mr. Stevie, same thing. Come in, setting up multiple peek and passes and filling up that pipeline. So that's how you want to bring your new teammates in. So I'm working with 2 people now. I have a follow-up tomorrow. Young lady's super excited. That'd be 3. So now we got 3 or 4 people that we're working with, plus the teammates that are already here. Get that activity going. We'll do 15 real soon here. Just keep plugging away. I don't care what it look like. We'll keep plugging away. Sooner or later, we'll hit 15. We'll have that 1 double-digit recruiting team. We'll keep doing it every month as we continue to train, right? Somebody's going to stick their head up, and I'm going to say, hey, it's time for you to build your team of 15, all right? And then when they hit 15, they'll become a double-digit recruiting team. They'll branch off and get their jersey, and now we got 2 double-digit recruiting teams. And I'll grab somebody else and train them and keep them going, all right? So This is about building. We're talking about building. Any questions on that? Building a machine. All right. So then the next 4 months, you want to just, continue to do that. You just do it over and over and over again. Okay. At the same time, you want to at least be bringing in personally 3 to 5 new people a month. You're going to get to a point where I got this thing down. I got it in a little flow, a little rhythm, where you got 3 to 5 people that you're bringing in each month, and you're training them and you're talking to them about becoming a double-digit recruiter. And next thing you know, you're just popping them out easy. I'm telling you, it's going to be that easy. All right. And then the next 3 to 4 months, you're going to grow to 27 double-digit recruiters. All right. So that's 12 months. So you're building in 4-month increments. Now, what's going to happen is, if you look over here, stay with me, y'all, stay with me. If you look over here, in those 3 double-digit recruiting teams, so 3 times 15 is 45. So you're going to have 45 people every month joining your team. Every month, 45 people joining your team. Your residual going up by 45 times whatever level you're at, by $3, $5, or $7 every single month. Okay? You're building a system whereby recruiting and selling never stops. All right? The next set of double-digit recruiting teams, the 9 times 15 is 135. So now you got 45 joining every month. These 3 teams are producing their 15 every month. They're wearing their jerseys. They're fighting to wear their jerseys on training each week, fighting to wear their jersey at the game changer in the event. So they're doing their 15. Okay? The 9 double-digit recruiting teams, they're all doing the same thing. They're producing 9 times 15 is 135. They're bringing in 135 active associates a month, 135 plus the 45. Okay, and then the 27 that you build, you just keep building. You just keep popping out double-digit recruiting team. You just keep popping them out. Basically, it's just EVP goals. You just keep popping out EVP goals. They're bringing in 400 active associates a month. Okay, so you add up 45 plus 135 and 400. That's an infinity right there. Okay, every month they're popping out. Now, any questions on that? Okay, so now you have a total of 3 team captains, 9 team captains, 27 team captains. So you have 40 team captains on your team, not just 40 EVP goals, not just 40 leaders on your team, 40 producing leaders that are fighting every month to bring 15 new active associates. Now, what you're doing is, as your team is growing, you're working your way out the business. Because as it continues to grow and grow and grow, that thing is going to be on a machine. Walk away drinking out of coconut income. You just kind of just free throwing out the dough and it's rolling. You got these team captains fighting to get to where you're headed to as you're creeping on out, if you choose to. Again, total new monthly active associates, 45 from the 3, 135 from the 9, 400 from the 27. That's a total of 600 active associates joining your team every single month. Okay, that's just from 12 months of getting after it. Okay, there it is in 12 months. Now, your income grows. At this point, your income is growing by 600 a month. So you got 3 team captains doing 45 active associates a month. Your residual is growing by $600 every month because these 3 team captains are producing. Okay. I'm sorry. Let me back that up. So these 600 new active associates joining your organization every month, you're an infinity, CEO infinity, times $7 residual income is $4,000 a month. I didn't mean to confuse you there. I know it's already a little bit if you're hearing it for just the second time. But, so let me back up real quick. So the 45 joining every month, plus the 135 every month and a 400 every month is a total of 600. Okay, you built that up over 12 months. So you take that 600 active associates, you multiply that times $7, which is the residual. Your residual is growing by $4,000 a month. Now, here's the biggest point that most people are missing right now. You say 600 active associates, that's only $4,000. That ain't nothing. You're missing the thing right here. These two words right here, a month. Your residual is growing every month by 4,000 a month, okay? And it looks like this. After the 12 months is over, after you've built that thing, so every 4 months, you build in 3 new double-digit recruiting teams. Next 4 months, you build 3 double-digit recruiting teams. Next 4 months, you build another 3 double-digit recruiting teams. You have a total of 40 leaders on your team fighting, plus you leading from the front, doing 15 new active associates per double-digit recruiting team. Now your income is growing by 4,000 a month. So September, that first 4,000 is now going to grow your income to 8,000 a month. October, your income jumps up to 12,000 a month. Look at my time. November, which is another 4 grand, your income just jumped up to 16,000 a month. December, your income jumped up to 20,000 a month. Follow my pattern here? You built a machine, and let's say you just stop right there. That's all I need. I need 40 team captains, and I'm gonna let that thing ride. I'm just gonna continue doing my 15. But guess what? Your team is gonna continue to grow. It's gonna continue to do its thing. Okay. Let me see if my wife is on the line. Okay. All right. So January 2021, your income's gonna grow about 4 grand again. So now it's at 24,000 a month. If you just stop right there, multiply that times 12, that's $288,000 a month in income. Okay. And that's starting from August of 2019, January 2021, your income is you're making 200,000 a year. Okay. No, I was just saying, Dre was hollering, calling you. That's all. Okay. But let's keep on moving because I like to see the income grow because it's going to continue to grow about 4,000 a month. All right. Okay, there it is. I'm sorry. So February it'll grow to 28,000. April another 4,000. It'll grow to 32,000. So we're in 2021 now. March, April is now 36,000 for the month. May, your income is now at 40,000. June, it's now at 44,000, I think. Okay, one more. And July, you have 48,000 for the month. And I did one more. And now in August, okay, so I brought it all the way back to August because we started in August of 2019, which is right now. That's 2 years. 2 years, we're in 2021, your income at 52,000 a month. If you were half as good as that, you can stop right here at the 24th. If you were half as good as that in 2021 August, your income is at 24,000 a month. That's still not a bad situation to be in. And I just stopped there. Mind you, your income will continue to grow by 4 grand or more because you have a system in place whereby recruiting and selling don't stop. Now, any questions on that while I show you the proof, the pudding? The proof is in the pudding. All right. That's not what I wanted to pull up. Any questions on that? We'll keep going over it so that you get it. I'm telling you, that's exactly how it goes down. Where did I do it? All right. Okay. So if you go in your back office, pull up compensation plan training PowerPoint, click on that, and I'm going to show you something. Just so you don't think I'm crazy, I'm creating my own stuff. Get out a chance to come up. Stop share real quick. Here we go. All right. Let's see here. Where is that at? I cannot. Okay. Where is that PowerPoint? No questions on that? Everybody's good? Is that too advanced? Is that what? Talk to me for a second real quick while I lose myself.
Andre, it just looked awesome with it written out like that right in front of us. Well, for me, it just
Okay.
looked really good.
Okay. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah. Watch this over and over again till you get it. I want to show you this real quick. I'm not sure why it's tripping. Let me do this. It's not letting me do that. Let me go back. Okay, let me do that again. Open. No, it's there. There it is.
Hey, Andre, it's Candace.
Hey, Candace, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, good.
Good, good. It gave me a visual. It gave me a little clarity of how to build my econ and how the it kind of reminded me of I was busy while you was explaining it, but I caught some of it.
Yeah.
A visual of how, like, because I used to play sports, so it gave me a visual like teams or like the different teams and
Right.
how I categorized it.
Right. And you want to build it, and you want to build teams. You know, you want to build teams that compete because that gives your business an engine so that it can continue to run. You want to build teams that are fighting. It's got to be active, and that's how you get your business running. You know, and that's why you have to be a competitor in this business. If you don't compete, and I always look for somebody that I can compete with. And it's hard to find that because people don't know how to compete. You know, they don't want to compete. They don't want to talk a little junk, you know, but it should fire you up, you know. So you got to compete in this business. So we're going to stir up, you know, get everybody rocking and rolling. I'm not sure why this is not working for me. I'm going to pause the recording. Thank you. All right, here we go. So this is the compensation plan. We'll go over this another time, but I want to show you something real quick. Look at this. Just so you don't think I'm crazy, like what in the world is Andre talking about? The key is your residual wants to, your business is a business. Every business owner is looking for their business to scale, your business to scale upwards every month. I was talking to my wife yesterday, I said, we have to get better at tracking our income in my econ. You got to look at what you did last month and beat what you did last month. I don't care if you made $10 last month. You need to make 11 the next month. You got to fight, y'all. You got to compete in business. This is not a job. You know, every business owner wants to scale their business. Don't be comfortable. You should not be comfortable. You're here to make money. You're here to build a business. So don't worry about the title. The title is cool, but make some money and grow your business each month. So look at what you did last month. If you've been here more than a year, look at what you made this month last year. See if you can beat that. But definitely beat what you did. I'm sorry, well, I'm over my time. But compete against yourself, increase your income. Now, the key is having a rolling residual where your residual continues to grow every month. Now, this is my econs game plan. So he said January of 2019, you have 400 new MDs. Okay, so you're going to get paid a residual on that the next month. So let's say the residual on that 200 MDs from January. So he's basically saying that let's say 200 fall off, but you have 200 that stayed, and you're getting paid $7 per person, right? That's $1,400 for the month of February. Okay, March, you have 200 new MDs from the ones from January and 200 from February. Okay, so let's say your organization is doing 400 recruits a month. That's what this is saying. But only half of them stay. So they're saying here, if you look at the bottom, 50% active income shifting memberships. Okay, that's what that star means. And that does not include CEO bonus, product sales, and base shop sales. All right, so 200 times 7, that's what the CEO Infinity residual income is $7 times 2 is $1,400. All right, so in March, you're going to get paid a residual from January 2019, $1,400. February 2019, another 1,400. Your residual is growing. Sounds familiar? By $1,400 a month, $2,800. Let's look. What next slide? 1,400 from January, 1,400 from February, 1,400 from March. It's growing every month because you're recruiting 400. Your organization doing 400 active associates. And 200, they saying 200 fall off. We ain't gonna have that going on because we ain't just selling memberships. We're bringing in people that's building the business. Okay, so 200 are active. You're growing by 1,400 a month. Now your income is at 4,200 next month. Next month is at 5,600. It's growing, so 4,200 plus 1,400 is 5,600. All right. Now 5,600 plus 1,400 is now 7,000. 7,000 plus 1,400 is 8,400. Growing by 1,400 a month. 8,400, 9,800, 11,000, 12,000. You see that? So you have a machine whereby recruiting. I just froze. Can y'all still hear me?
I can.
Okay, my screen froze. So I just want to make sure y'all can still at least hear me. So that's the point. So we're on track. I'm telling you, you have a system. I ain't gonna try to pull that up again. It took me forever to find it. But that's what it looks like. So that's the same thing that I just put together over here, where you have a system whereby recruiting and selling never stops, where your residual is constantly growing by a certain amount every month. Okay, and all you do is you just leave that organization, and it's growing by 4,000 every month. Every month, you should see your income going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. You don't see that going on in my econ. Nobody's doing that. Not even your top people that's doing all what they're doing. They're not. Their business is not scaling like that because they're not building teams that's producing like that. Okay, so that's how we build. That's how you build a six-figure income, and that's in 24 months, 12 to 24 months. So you got to get a focus. You got to get a bulldog focus on how you're going to build this thing. All right. So that's why I say approach people with aim for the recruit, miss with the sale, miss with the strategies. Okay, and help these people change their life and show them we got a game plan in place to show you. I don't care if you're doing it or not. I don't care if you're close to doing it or not. It's the system. The system runs the business. Okay, it's not you. You just plug into the system. You might bring somebody in who will come in and tear the system up. Oh, I'll tear this up, and you still get to override. But just because you're not doing it yet doesn't make you inadequate or say or makes people or make you want to say, well, I'm not doing it yet. But no, we have a system in place. I'm sharing it. I'm not doing it yet. I'm not there yet. But we have a system in place that will allow you to make a six-figure income over the next 12 to 24 months. Boom. That's it right there. Doesn't get any easier than that. All right. Any questions before we roll out?
Make sure you post it.
What should I post? Got it. Appreciate that. So again, give yourself 4 months. You got to run this thing, y'all, like a business. Don't run it like a hobby. Run it like a business. So set your goals. Get you a journal, get you some, get you a wall in your office. Say August, September, October, November. I need 3. Any builder lays out a game plan. Any builder, they spread out over the table. They roll out the architect, the design, and how it's going to look. Okay, we got a projected end date when this is going to be done, and they build it accordingly. They might have some days where it's rain days or some setbacks, but they keep that game plan in front of them and try to stay on course as much as possible. And they know where they're going to end up and what it's going to look like. They have a picture of what it's going to look like when it's all said and done. Okay, so run your business like that and continue to develop your skills, but you already know what the end is going to be. So now you can tell people, I'm in a training program to make 6 figures over the next 12 to 24 months. I'm looking for some sharp people like yourself who want to run with me. You know, I will be making $200,000 over the next 12 to 24 months. Over the next 24 months, probably about August of 2021, my income will be over $300,000 a year. What you got to lose? Go for it. All right, appreciate y'all. Nobody has any questions, we will call it a night. Prospecting, keep talking to people, keep filling the pipeline. Know what you're building. Know what you're building. All right, y'all have a good night. Talk to you later.
Okay, good night, all.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Appreciate y'all jumping on. Let's see.